Right now is former Ohio Congressman and Fox News contributor Dennis Kucinich and Pete Hoekstra, former Michigan Congressman. Congressman Kucinich, good to see you both. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And Congressman Kucinich, let me kick it off with you. Your reaction to the plans we heard over the weekend, these two new hires, as he begins to put his cabinet together.
Well, it's Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside. Mr. Priebus, as the head of the Republican Party, helped Donald Trump mightily by trying to hold on to the institutional Republican Party support after the primary elections. He's certainly well suited for working with the Washington political establishment. At the same time, he has shown a willingness and an ability to work closely with Mr. Trump under very difficult circumstances. Now, I think that you have to recognize that Mr. Outside, Mr. Bannon, is going to go through, I think, somewhat of a rocky period. The big concern that many people will have is, will he be a polarizing figure? This is a time that the nation needs unity, and hopefully the approach that will be taken will be to find ways to unite America.
Yeah, but Congressman Hoekstra, you have to believe that given Reince Priebus's relationship to the GOP in general, maybe that helps him get things through. And then what about that pushback in terms of Steve Bannon being the outsider here?
Well, I think Mr. Trump recognizes what the American people want. The American people, number one, want things to get done, and that's where Reince Priebus is going to be a tremendous help to the president-elect. The other thing is that the American people want change in Washington. They are sick and tired of what has gone on over the last decade. They recognize that we have severe problems in terms of our immigration, in terms of the economy, in terms of national security. They want change. It can't be, just doing what we've been doing in the past, just doing it a little bit better. Washington needs to change, and that's what Steve Bannon is going to bring to this team. I think it's a great team and sends a real strong signal that Mr. Trump is going to get things done, but he's going to bring change to Washington.
Congressman Kucinich, it's Dagan McDowell. In terms of, you used the word unity, but what responsibility do the Democrats bear in terms of uniting this country? Because, again, the incendiary language and the outrage that we've heard from many Democratic leaders is not going to bring people together in this country. And you've got Hillary Clinton over the weekend talking to her donors, blaming the FBI and Jim Comey for her defeat rather than the will of the people.
Well, of course, the American people express their will. Look, I will continue to have concerns about the conduct of the FBI in the closing days of the election. But let's set that aside for a minute. It is important for Democrats to, be the honorable opposition, but not to engage in the vitriol and the invective and the venom that would further divide America. Look, we have serious differences of opinion, but at the same time, how we express that's important. We've got to try to find a way to lessen the confrontational approach that's being taken. We can still disagree. We're not all going to be on the same page, but we've got to be careful that the invective doesn't keep increasing, because, frankly, it's bad for the country and it's dangerous as well.
Congressman Hoekstra, it's Kevin Kelly. My question to you is, given that these two people that were appointed by Donald Trump this weekend are polar opposites, right, and you have a new guard, an old guard, outsider, insider, as you brought it up, do you think there's going to be inherent conflicts within the administration due to these dueling personalities, and that Reince Priebus was actually just appointed because to keep Paul Ryan happy?
No, I think having some tension in the leadership here of the White House, I think is very, very good. Tension is a healthy dynamic, recognizing that if you're going to change Washington, you're going to need to push forward. And if you just had everybody groupthink, all looking at things exactly the same way. You'd get a stale administration, or if you went one way too far or the other, it would be dysfunctional. Having this tension, I think, is healthy. It shows that Mr. Trump is very comfortable in who he is and where he wants to go and what he wants to get done for the country by bringing in the two polar opposites and believing, and I think that he will be able to successfully manage that tension and get good things done for the country.
The Wall Street Journal today writes in the editorial, it's hard to know whether this will be a sublime union of yin-yang or Survivor, Trump White House.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's
to
a fair
the Congressman's
point.
point.
Well, and Congressman Kucinich, how does the Democratic Party reconcile at this point? I mean, it seems like there's going to be an all-out civil war to define the future of the Democratic Party, and whether it goes in the direction of Bernie Sanders and Keith Ellison, or if it doubles down on the mainstream moderate Democrat views of somebody like Hillary Clinton before she shifted to the left at the end of the primary. So where does the Democratic Party go? Is it possible to reconcile without further defeat?
Well, look, as a Democrat, I can tell you that the party began to lose its way in the 80s. Wow. When it was taking money from the same corporate sources that the Republican Party traditionally took money from. That's what blurred the differences between the party.
Yeah.
So the Democratic Party has to go back to that old-time religion of FDR, of, rebuilding America, of putting millions of people back to work and coming up with proposals to present to do that. And so I think there's, it's about what we stand for. It's not just about the cosmetics.
Well, I mean, so far the reaction from Harry Reid was pretty nasty. You would think that at this moment in time, the people have spoken, the election is over, the votes are done, that Harry Reid would show some professionalism and not call Trump's administration white supremacists, but that's what he's doing.
Well, look, I said it before, I'll say it again. Everyone has to be careful with the rhetoric here, both sides. We have to be clear about where we want America to go. And the disparagement doesn't serve any purpose. Harry Reid has given this country excellent service. He's a good man. But I think he and a lot of other people were very shocked at the outcome of the election.
Right.
They're concerned. Look, let's face it, there was rhetoric during this election that ought to give people pause. And it is. But we also are waiting for the signals from the new administration that they're ready to bind up the nation's wounds and to take America in a new direction.